velkommen til en halv times tid med Bluegrass hos fru Jensen.
All right, Danny, how about a little bit of cabin? Oh, how about a little bit of that sled riding?
The FBI just said they're going to investigate the strange hand signals of the people behind Charlie Kirk right before he was shot. So here goes.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Greg, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Greg. Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm going to give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
This is that girl who got stabbed on the train in North Carolina. And we didn't get to see this footage after she
Кир говорил о женщине, которую убил рецидивист, многократно выпускавшийся на волю по гуманным законам Департии. Он прямо указал, именно политика, именно разлагающая система позволила преступнику выйти на улицу и лишить жизни невинную жертву. И вот через несколько часов сам Чарли оказывается под прицелом. Во время встречи со студентами в Юте в него стреляют прямо в шею. Кампус берут под блокаду, нападавший задержан. Вот его фотография. Сцена, которая...
That he couldn't be on the ticket because he is gay against someone like Donald Trump who knows no floor. To be a black woman running for president of the United States.
What? You're black?
And as a vice presidential running mate, a gay man, with the stakes being so high, it made me very sad, but I also realized it would be a real risk.
Fire, Scarecrow! You cursed brat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Oh, what a world!
What a world!
I thought a good little girl like you could destroy my beautiful wickedness! Look out! I'm going!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Put on the brakes. Welcome, boys and girls, children of all ages, hoofties, pufties, bung-eyed heifers, right and left wing wackos, woodchucks, and chuckettes, kicks, and queens on the Northeast Kingdom, which is what they call this area of Vermont, to another version of It's News to Us. And where are we? Thanks, Philo. You're watching It's News to Us. We're Newport's oldest TV news one just new. Newport, Vermont, that is. And we cater to... Oh, we're going to back that camera off a little bit. Maybe not. Don't screw with it.
You mean the...
It's okay. We've had a couple technical difficulties. Don't touch anything. And we're all inclusive here. We cater. Thank you, Philo. We cater to men, women. You're all welcome here. And we saw Trump and Elmo Musk at Charlie's funeral, and they appear to have made up. But this Department of Government Efficiency, I'm not sure how much did they save? Where's the waste? And defund the cops? No, we're going to defend the good cops, because when you're sitting there in a pile of smoldering wreckage, you'll be awful glad to see that rollers roll up on you. And you mad all the time? I'm telling you, there's something going around this country, and it's the libs that are the lib kids that are doing all the shooting and stuff. And anyways, we're gonna have to wing it here. We yours truly forgot his notes. Thanks, Philo. In the booth we have Philo T. Farnsworth, the College of Musical Knowledge inventor of modern television, and you can see his drum videos on BlueTube at Terry DeFazio. And speaking of which, GoogleTube, they just came out today and said that they were reinstating all the people that Joe Biden had censored. Now, isn't that great? I don't think you think the Democrats are going to hold a press conference and say they're sorry about censoring people, Philo?
Heavens no, they don't apologize for anything.
Yeah, somehow I don't think so.
They have no solutions for anything either.
No, it's crazy. And the two topics that the White House censored people, personally, they said that orders came right up from the top, not from Biden, because he was upstairs sleeping and crapping his diapers, but it came right up from the White House. The two topics were COVID and the vaccine, and the election, the 2020 election. Because let's face it, we're supposed to, speaking of which, there's a guy in Detroit, I forgot his name. I had it written down, but if you search Detroit ballots found in warehouse or whatever, you'll see you'll get the picture and get the article. But they found them, and we're being sold a bill of goods too with this Charlie Kirk killing. It's crazy. Philo was nice enough to put in the clips at the beginning, where you can see this guy do the friggin' signals right next to where Charlie was sitting, and the guy next to him does something with his arm, and you can see that. It's plain as day. And then as soon as they made those hand signals, bang, he gets shot. And
the only thing is, if I was those guys giving signals, I'd have got out of there. I wouldn't have stood that close.
Well, that's the camera angle, Terry. If you look at it from the other angle, right? He's sitting under that canopy, and they are a good 10 feet away because they don't let the crowds get that close to him. You know what I mean? Okay. They just look because they are standing adjacent to him. It looks like they're closer than they are, but it's not. And they give the signals. He gets shot. It's blurred out, and we also put in the video of that Ukrainian girl who did everything right. She learned English. She came to this country. She was working in Charlotte, North Carolina, and did a couple of jobs. And she's the only white person on that train. If you notice the whole video, and you can see the whole video on YouTube, she's the only white girl on there. And after this crazed Negro he stabs her in the neck. He gets up, he stabs her in the neck, and you can see her. She doesn't know what hit her, and she's sitting there and she's losing blood, and nobody gets up to help her or ask if she's okay, and the crazed Negro walks away with his knife dripping blood all over the place. And in the longer video, they say, the other people on the train are all like, "Hey, you're losing a lot of blood, dude." And it's just nuts. This guy, and this is what's been going on with these libs in these crazed Democratic-run cities. I hate to say it, but it's true. I mean, it's true. They cut down on the cops. They said, well, the criminals aren't really criminals. They're just, they're just misunderstood, and they've had poor childhoods, and and they didn't really mean to kill people. They just do.
It was kind of like when they had all that problem over in Burlington. Instead of they get rid of the cops and they call in social workers.
Oh yeah,
like that's going to help.
Yeah, or from the Howard Center.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that bunch.
Yeah, it's the Howard Center. Yeah, Philo knows, man. He used to work in that field, and it's just crazy. And we've put up with it. And then there's the shooter. None of this adds up, okay? None of it. I mean, this is worse than the shooter on the grassy knoll in Dallas. Oh, and speaking of which, this morning, a bunch of people got shot in Dallas by a sniper. None of the at ICE Sallyport, where they bring in the detainees, and this moron sent a bunch of 30-06 shells in there, and you can see them. They put out a picture of the bullets that were left over. He shot in there. He killed killed like 2 or 3 people that were being arrested. Those are the ones that he wanted to help. He didn't get any ICE agents, and the bullets. You can see this stuff written on the bullets. And another thing is the bullets. The 30-06. They have a stripper clip on them, which shows to me that they go in a 1903 Springfield 30-06, because that's the stripper clip that you get. You put the stripper clip in the back, and you press your thumb down, and all the bullets go into the magazine underneath, which is different than the M1 Garand from World War II, which had a wider box that went right in the rifle and then popped out when the last shot came out. But anyways, Charlie Kirk got shot. We're supposed to believe that this 23-year-old kid who was living with a trans person who was in the middle of transitioning, so I guess that would make him a trans person. We're supposed to believe that he shot from this rooftop, then he left the screwdriver on the rooftop and jumped down, disassembled the rifle, jumped down, because you can't see the rifle when he jumps down, and you can watch the videos. They've got them all over YouTube. He jumps down, and then we're supposed to believe that somehow, miraculously, he reassembles this old 1898 Mauser or whatever it is. He reassembles it, wraps it in a towel, and then leaves it in the suburbs. And then he texts his trans lover, supposedly, in full and complete sentences. No emojis, no abbreviations, full-on sentences like a script writer from Netflix or Hollywood. It's just crazy, and we're supposed to believe this. And then they said, well, he was cooperating with authorities. Then he wasn't cooperating. Then he was. Then he wasn't. Then he was. Then he wasn't. Whatever. It's just crazy. And they're trying to sell us this bill of goods. And we've got and so far we haven't heard anything more from Cash Clarence, the cross-eyed FBI director, he came out. First of all, came the governor of Utah, Cox, and he's a Trump hater. The guy hates Trump, and he came up with a bunch of stuff that didn't make sense either. And then Kash Patel comes out, and none of his crap made sense either. He was wrong in the beginning, but he came out and admitted he was wrong because they detained some older guy who said, screaming, "I did it." I don't know, but it's just nuts. They've sold us a bill of goods, and it's not gonna work. We're not gonna believe it anymore. Yeah. So, anyways, let's see. They've sold us that crap again.
Oh, by the way, Steve, my video on your channel has 147 plays.
A drum video?
Yeah, I put a drum video on your YouTube channel.
Oh, no kidding.
Hit it, got 147 plays.
Good for you. Awesome. And this is from the Philo T. Farnsworth newsroom. He was kind enough to print this up for our news show here, which I could not do without him, and Todd and all the rest of the fine folks here at NEK-TV. And it's funny because at the end of the show it says NEK-TV, all rights reserved, but we say there's no rights reserved, none at all. But anyways, it's from September 12th, Austin, Texas, the capital of Texas. I almost moved there. Did I tell you about that, Philo?
No, you didn't. I have a friend, a former friend who lives there.
Huh. Oh, what did that thing? What did that person say? The comment about Kevin's memorial video.
Oh, I'll have to go look it up, but I'll do it for you and I'll read it to you. Okay?
Oh, okay, sure.
I have to look it up.
All right, Governor. I was working for an outfit called Carbomedics. We made artificial heart valves, dental implants, stuff like that. What they were made out of like titanium, and then they were coated. They were substrates, and they were coated with the same stuff that they coat nuclear reactor rods with. And depending on the porosity, which is like a sponge, they would use them for mandibular replacements and artificial joints and stuff like that, so that the bone could grow right into them. Anyways, I'm working for this company, and then I decided they put me on first shift and they made me a lead man on second shift, then put me on first shift, and I got serious. I cut my hair and looked like a normie, and so they wound up. They got bought by Intermedics, and which was headquartered in Austin, Texas, I guess, and they offered me a job in Austin. Said I would. They'd pay for everything. They'd pay for the move there, which was a joke back then because I don't think I had 2 sticks of furniture and just my motorcycle and my toolbox as a machinist. But and like an idiot, I didn't go because I was going out with this girl. She was like she's a tall Barbie kind of blonde-haired from Mill Valley, named Kathleen, and I was just head over heels about this girl, and there was no way I was going anywhere unless she could come with me, and I didn't go with them. They would have even set me up with a mortgage to buy a house through the company, and it's crazy. And I didn't go with them, and what a dummy. What a dummy.
I found it for you, Steve.
Yeah?
This guy's tag is called hashtag Town Hall 05446, and it says, "You guys had a lot of great times back when it was possible to really live an adventure in the U.S. Imagine if you could go back into a few of those old photos again. Sorry for your loss." Now you can reply to them because I'm on your page. I pulled up your Gmail, and that's the only way I can get into this. See all this and reply is because I'm in your Gmail. Now you could write a reply.
The tag is Town Hall.
Yep, Town Hall 05446. You know what? That almost sounds like a zip code.
Yeah, it is.
Go ahead with your show, Steve. I'll look up the zip code.
All right, thanks. Yeah, what we're talking about is I did my buddy Kevin Knight died last year, and we were best friends for half our lives, and he like an idiot. I told him who I voted for in the 2016 election, and that was it. He could never forgive me. I should have kept my mouth shut and just said that's why there's curtains on the booth. But anyways, Philo was nice enough to we did a memorial show here and with pictures in the background, and we posted it up on BlueTube, and I guess some people saw it, and I'm wondering. Let's see. It's a zip code for 05.
05446 is Colchester and Milton.
Okay, that's I was going to say anything in Lunenburg where I grew up was 01462. Colchester. Yeah, that's cool. There's going to be somebody over there's watching.
Like I said, after the show's over, you can write a reply to them.
All right. So anyways, back to the Texas. September 12th, Austin, Texas. Governor Greg Abbott today ceremoniously signed House Bill 4211 into law to ban residential property developments like Epic City from creating Sharia compounds and defrauding and discriminating against Texans. One of the issues at stake is the freedom of religion, said Governor Abbott. Another issue at stake is what's called the right to contract. The fact is, religious freedom is a central part of the Texas Constitution, but bad actors like Epic and Epic City tries to use it as a form of segregation. We will ensure that we have laws and law enforcement in place to prevent attempts to build such discriminatory compounds in the state of Texas. Now, see, Philo and I were talking about this earlier before the show. I wonder if this would affect people like David Koresh in the Branch Davidians. He had a compound, and where he supposedly had multiple spirit wives, and only he could have sex with them and stuff like that. And they had their own rock concerts. Remember, Philo?
I don't know. Who'd they have for a band?
Well, Koresh. Koresh played guitar.
Holy crap! Now that tells me that's an egomaniac right there.
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. I mean, they when they had the compound surrounded, and this was in like 1992 or something. They had the compound surrounded.
Yeah, Clinton was president.
Yeah, and Janet Reno put her foot down. She said that giant lesbian. She said that that was it, and they were piping music into the compound. They are blaring music at the compound, I should say, and they were of rabbits being killed, and some god awful heavy metal. And stuff like that.
I could have given him some help on that one.
Yeah. So the bearing scraping music.
Oh yeah, all that and more.
And so they're piping this music in, and Koresh said, "Well, that's it, man." And he had like a big stack of friggin' marshals, and they had a stage room and everything. It was like a cafeteria, and they were playing they were blaring their own music back at the feds, and it was going back and forth and back and forth. It was crazy. So I wonder if this would pertain to them. But anyways, during his remarks, Governor Abbott explained how those behind the Epic City sought to create an entire city open only to Muslims, subject anyone who lives there to Sharia law, and restrict a landowner's ability to later sell property. The governor also noted that the legislation he signed into law preserves religious freedom, a bedrock value of our great state, while also protecting against efforts to forcibly impose Sharia onto Texans. The governor was joined into the signing by Keith Self, Senator Angela Paxton, Representative Jeff Leach, Candy Noble, Katrina Pearson, Carissa Richardson, Matt Sheehan, other state and local leaders. Wow. House bill regulates business in Epic City to ensure that they do not engage in discriminatory housing arrangements, create unfair investment practices in Texas. And this came out. Todd was nice enough to print this up for me. Okay, where'd it go? I got a couple of them here. Damn it, where'd it go? Okay, here it is. This is from our good friends at the Secret Service. What's going on in here, Terry? You were coughing earlier.
Oh, I get this tickle in my throat every once in a while.
Yeah, well, now I got it. What the hell is it?
I gave it to you through the microphone.
Damn it. Yeah. U.S. Secret Service dismantles imminent telecom threat in New York tri-state area.
Oh, yeah, they talked about that last night on Cuomo, too.
Yeah, what is up with this? Get a load of this. Now, mind you, it's just before they came out with this, just before the Trump was set to speak at the UN. And by the way, he got up and gave him hell, and then, but before that, the escalator stopped working as soon as him and Melania got on it. You know, what was that? Was that designed to hold him in one place so that, you know, some sniper could get him? It's crazy, man. The Secret Service should have checked out that escalator was in working condition, and then the teleprompter was not working either, which didn't affect Trump because, you know, they give him a written speech, copy of the speech, and large print letters so you can read it there. But with Biden, man, they used to have a teleprompter the size of a friggin' billboard. He couldn't see squat. And then remember, they used to have him sit at that little tiny kiddie's desk. It was crazy. But anyways, yeah. So they said that they had been working on this case since March, but they only brought it to light, publicized it right before the UN speech. New York, New York. The U.S. Secret Service dismantled a network of electronic devices located throughout the tri-state area that were used to conduct multiple telecom-related threats directed towards senior U.S. government officials, which represented an imminent threat to the agency's protective operations. This protective intelligence investigation led to the discovery of more than 300 co-located SIM servers and 100,000 SIM cards across multiple sites. In addition to carrying out anonymous telephonic threats, these devices could be used to conduct a wide range of telecom attacks. This includes disabling cell phone towers, enabling denial of service or DOS attacks, and facilitating anonymous, encrypted communication between potential threat actors and criminal enterprises.
Oh, I hate those enterprises.
Yeah. This is space, the final frontier. Okay, yeah. Disabling the towers, DOS attacks, anonymous encrypted communication between the actors and their enterprises. Now that's the hard part, because remember when they grabbed that guy in Southern California, some Muslim, for shooting up a Christmas party, Philo?
Oh, yeah.
And he had an encrypted phone.
Yeah.
And they wound up the only way that they could crack this phone's code was to buy this program that some Israeli, of all people, some Israeli decoder had come up with. And it's funny because at the time, they were all saying that it was, the secret this and secret that. They couldn't open it up. And I had read somewhere on the internet about this Israeli program, and I mentioned it. I called up Tom Hartman and let Hartman know about it. But that's the tough part, because they say that that's one of their advertising chooches that it's supposed to a feature, an advertising feature that nobody can crack it. That when you send an encrypted email or email between you and your friends, that there's no way anybody can look in and just decipher what you're talking about, because it just scrambles it. And so that means that the government can't find out what these guys are after. It's always the case that until they've done something nefarious. While forensic examination of these devices is ongoing, early analysis indicates cellular communications between nation-state threat actors and individuals that are known to federal law enforcement. Aha, let's break this down. Early analysis indicates the communications between the nation-state threat actors. Those are like spies and saboteurs that are working for another nation, say like China, and individuals that are known to federal law enforcement. Nation-state threat actors and individuals. The potential for disruption to our country's telecoms posed by this network of devices cannot be overstated, said the SS Director Sean Curran. The SS Protective Mission is all about prevention, and this investigation makes it clear to potential bad actors that imminent threats to our protectees will be immediately investigated, tracked down, and dismantled. Well, that's good to know, seeing as that we still don't know to this day, Philo, what happened in Las Vegas when they shot up that country western concert, remember?
Must have been a Taylor Swift fan. I'm sorry, just a joke.
Yeah.
She's actually a very nice young lady. She takes care of her road crew and tech crew very well.
Well, that's good. You got to keep them happy.
Oh, she's extremely generous. I mean, she doesn't have to be, but she is.
That's cool.
I don't know why people hate on her. I mean, I just don't like her music, but that doesn't mean she deserves all the guff she gets.
Yeah, to me, it's just ear candy. I mean, it's fine. It reminds me of some kind of Gen Z elevator music. But yeah, this is we don't know what happened in Las Vegas. They just kind of faded away. They supposedly, this guy had ties to Abu Dhabi or some states in the Middle East, and then look at the shooting in Butler. when the kid friggin' supposedly nicked the president's ear. What happened to that? They just scrubbed his bug splat off the roof and cremated his bony ass before anybody could examine him forensically. What's up with that? You know what I mean? And what about his family? What about his friends? What about the stuff in Butler? And now this bonehead Ruth, which is probably short for Ruthier, down in Florida. Did you see what happened to that trial, Philo?
No, tell me all about it.
The jury found him guilty. I mean, this guy, why he didn't take the shot, I don't know, man. He had an SKS, which is like a cheap version of an AK-47. And he still has something like $150,000 in an account. He was offering a reward. Now, supposedly an unemployed carpenter has access to $150,000, and yet he doesn't hire a lawyer. He represents himself. And he didn't take the shot. And the only way that they grabbed him was some woman was driving by and noticed his lame ass in the bushes next to the golf course. And nobody knew the president was going golfing either, And then the Secret Service man went up there and he got within a couple feet of him before he figured out that there was this guy in the bushes across behind the fence. It's just crazy. Anyways, he represented himself like an idiot, right? And the jury, of course, deliberated for, 4 hours or something and found him guilty. And as soon as they found him guilty, he grabbed a pen off the table and tried to stab himself in the neck, Philo.
Yeah, I saw that. That was all over their Facebook.
Oh, what the hell? And why they don't let cameras in the courtrooms, in all courtrooms, is beyond me. They should. They really should. It's just crazy. So all the stuff we don't know about, and then the stuff we do know about, they're trying to sell us a bill of goods like the Charlie Kirk assassin. Yeah, oh yeah. Everybody, all Gen Zers write in complete sentences. They don't use any emojis. They don't use any U instead of YOU or LOLs or nothing like that, man. Yeah, they all write in complete sentences to their supposedly trans girlfriends or boyfriend or whatever, and then she supposedly asks him, did you do it? Oh yes, I did it. I killed him. Oh right, yeah. All people talk like that when they're on the run, right, Philo?
Yep. Hey, I got a good story for you, Steve.
What's that?
World Athletics Championship to require sex tests after governing body found biological males were finalists in 135 women's events.
Well, it's about time.
Yeah.
This insanity's got to stop, man.
Yeah, they took Leah Thomas's medals all away from it.
Yeah, good.
Notice I didn't say he or she. That's not a proper pronoun, but it, that sort of covers it all.
Yeah, well, if he's still got his junk, it's a he.
Well, here's the thing. By listening to certain people, no names mentioned, but certain people, you cannot change your sex or your gender because your DNA will still say that you are either male or female. Period.
Yeah.
No matter how many hormones you take and no matter how much they add or subtract or divide or cut or whatever, your DNA still says you're male or female.
And look at the shootings by these trans kids. Look at the one in Uvalde, Texas. We didn't hear about that, until just a blurb that that kid that shot up the school with them chicken crap cops wouldn't go in. We're supposed to, that was a trans wacko, and then down in Nashville that was a trans wacko, and then the one in what was it, Milwaukee or whatever, a few weeks ago, where the tranny blocked the entrance to the church. Remember, the kids were praying before they went to school?
Yep.
And just started shooting in the building. That was a tranny wacko. And now this one supposedly lives with a tranny. It's like, you know, you're giving these people hormones that are off the charts wrong, which are gonna throw you from into back gear when you're going down the road at 90 miles an hour, throw you right into reverse, and then all they hear is that Trump's a Nazi, ICE are Nazis, this is a Nazi, that one's a Nazi, and after a while, you know, they believe it. And look at that idiot out in California goading the president. Here's Dog Boy, man. Yeah, there's another one right here. We're supposed to believe that he committed suicide by lying in the street. Okay.
Hey, I guess that would do it if you want to get run over by a car.
Yeah, by a truck. Mm-hmm. And then the truck, it was really foggy. And then the truck didn't stop. And somebody said, well, how's he supposed to know what he hit or what he didn't? Because in your license test, it says that even if you hit a cat or a dog, you're supposed to stop and try and find out the owner of the, you know? No, it's crazy. Anyways, back to the telecom stuff. I wish I had pictures in here of the devices, because it shows it's in a New York apartment, and this New York apartment's like, oh, I don't know, it's like smaller than your booth philo.
Okay.
And it's got a bunch of, they didn't even bother putting in shelves in one instance. They just had them on the floor. And then this other place looked like a part of a warehouse or something. It must have been in the Jersey side of the tri-state area. The warehouse showed racks and racks of friggin' servers, you know, and that shit don't go cheap, man. You know, somebody, they'll find out somebody paid for that.
Hey, I got more good news for you.
Oh, now what?
Italy's prime minister declares all illegal migrants will be deported immediately as part of the country's zero-tolerance policy on illegal immigration. I'm sorry, illegal migration.
All of them?
I'm looking at this thing right here, and that's what it says. She issued a firm directive today reinforcing Italy's zero-tolerance policy on illegal border crossings.
I'll be damned. I guess some of the world's leaders took Trump's message to heart yesterday.
Tens of thousands of migrants clashed with police in Milan. The migrants were hurling stones, chairs, and debris while officers responded with tear gas and water cannons.
In Milan, though?
Yeah.
Wow.
Milan, yep.
That's it, man. Time to break out the machine guns.
You know what? I got this whole article. I should send it to you.
Wow, that's wild.
Yep. I think you'd like it. I think you can dig it. And there's pictures. There's even pictures here. I'm going to save this for you, Steve.
Damn. You're getting away from your mic. I could hardly hear the end of that.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah. Okay, so these devices were concentrated within 35 miles of the global meeting of the UN General Assembly now underway in New York City. Given the timing, location, and potential for significant disruption to the New York telecommunications posed by these devices, the agency moved quickly to disrupt this network. The SS Advanced Threat Interdiction Unit, a new section of the agency dedicated to disrupting the most significant and imminent threats to our protectees, is conducting this investigation. It's currently ongoing. Yeah, speaking of which, Trump pulled the SS protection for Hunter Biden, for Kamala Harris. It's like, imagine she whizzed away like $1 billion in those 107 days, Philo.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's crazy. The Department of Homeland Security investigations, DOJ, ODNI, NYPD, other state and local and foreign partners provided technical advice and assistance in support of this investigation. It's ongoing. Yeah. I wonder who's behind that one, man. That is a weird story. And this is from the Defender, which is, you can see their stuff at childrenshealthdefense.org, which is Bobby Kennedy's old outfit, Philo.
Aha.
Yeah. Big Telecom wants to take over home internet market. It could double kids' exposure to radiation. And thank you, Philo. There it is right there. There's not much to see. Major telecom companies are expanding into the home internet market with wireless devices that more than double household radiation exposure while providing slower and less secure service, said Kate Chamberlain, past chair and professor emeritus of electrical and computer engineering at UNH. And it's nuts. You know, just now we're gonna start. Things happen so fast. The president came out with his autism thing, and said that they looked at these studies and found out a correlation between taking Tylenol when pregnant and autism. And it's just and we told you about this before, and I think we got censored or we got a strike or something when we brought up the stuff about the vaccines. Because here's the thing, boys and girls. They have the MMR vaccine, right, Philo?
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah, mumps, measles, rubella. Okay? And what they do is they give all three at once to kids in the United States. Just slam them full of friggin' vaccines. And that's another thing is to preserve these vaccines, they were using thimerosal, which sounds better than mercury, which it really is. But yet in Canada, Philo, in Canada, you could get your kid a vaccine, the measles vaccine separate, the mumps vaccine separate, and the rubella vaccine separate, but not in the United States. In the U.S., you had to get all of them at once, or else.
Well, it's there. You know, the time is money here.
Yeah, and then they even asked Trump at this news conference about, what about the Amish? You know, and Marty McCary, I think, the head of the FDA, he got up to the microphone and he said, well, there are some Amish that do take vaccines, but, people have studied Amish and they don't have any autism, Philo. Funny that.
Yeah, I know. Well,
and the studies that they were relying on were Harvard studies, Harvard Medical School or whatever, Harvard studies from way back when. We're talking 10, 20 years ago. The Harvard study said that they knew about this Tylenol connection years ago. And from all these studies, because the Harvard study looked at all these other studies. And of course, the chairman of McNeil Corporation, which is the company that makes acetaminophen and has the patent on it. I don't know how they still have the patent after all these years. But of course, they came out. What did they say, Philo?
I don't know. I didn't read that one, but I know that Trump couldn't pronounce it.
Safe and effective.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Safe and effective. Oh, yeah, our drugs are safe and effective. But
I wonder, since Trump couldn't pronounce acetaminophen,
Yeah.
I wonder how he'd like a medicine I was on for a while called levetiracetam.
Oh, man. That's got a beat and you can dance to it.
Yeah, it was an anti-seizure medication when I had that seizure back in 2016.
Yeah. Oh, I got my Jerry shirt on today.
All right.
Yeah, the acetaminophen. I mean, they have known that this stuff is bad juju for your heart and especially your liver since it came out in 1950. But yet, yet they'll still tell you, oh yeah, we're taking small amounts, it's not that bad, and it's the same with Advil, and oh yeah, boy, no, no, and there are some things you can't take aspirin for because I think if you're pregnant and you take aspirin for a fever, the baby can get Reye syndrome or something like that.
Yeah, not only that, but aspirin's a blood thinner.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Aspirin, it's something solicitate. It was originally used by Native Americans, I think. It was made, they used to make a potion out of willow leaves, Philo. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
That's where they got it from. AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon are pushing into the home internet market with plug-in devices that connect wirelessly to cell towers. They're luring people away from traditional wired net providers with promises of better connections and affordable prices as low as $35 a month. Yeah, great. In most cases, you're going to double your RFR exposure in your home by adding this device because your Wi-Fis are communicating with this little box, and that box is communicating to the net via wireless. The profit opportunity is too great to pass up. Last year, the service internet market was valued at over $500 billion, Philo.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, they're trying to make it the single source. The only way that wireless can take over wired is to build out wireless beyond what is needed for cell phones. That's the real reason they're pushing to install cell towers and antennas in places that already have good cell coverage. Isn't that the case over in Westmore? Don't they already have cell phone towers?
I don't know. I don't even care where the towers are as long as I can use my phone.
It's crazy, man.
Because my hardwired phone was getting 30 or 40 robocalls a day from junk.
Yeah, but still, man, you wind up being, it's Pavlovian. You wind up being like Pavlov's dog. As soon as that bell rings or whatever, bang, you go right to your phone.
Well,
and
I would with my old phone. When the thing rings, I go answer it.
Well, that's why you let the machine get it.
And then it says you have 300 voice messages, and every one of them is a junk mail. And I've got to erase every one of them.
It's nuts. Let's see.
There's Mac and Spike.
People need to know why towers are being placed in places where they aren't needed. Okay. The wireless companies routinely propose new or taller cell towers, citing public safety needs. No, they don't need it. Last year, they told Florida parents that children needed a cell tower next to the school to stay safe in an active shooter scenario. That claim was false, yet the wireless industry spreads familiar fear-based arguments, according to an investigation by the That's great, it just faded away. An investigation by the blah, blah, blah. Wired internet is much better for providing public safety, especially in times of emergency. For example, a terrorist wanted to take out telecom capabilities in an area could disable a cell tower using available low-cost jammers. If nearby residents relied on that tower for regular phone and Wi-Fi, they'd have no means of communication. However, if residents accessed the net through wired rather than the cell tower, they could still use Wi-Fi to communicate. Jamming doesn't disable wired service.
Yeah, I have wired at my house. Anyway, Steve, last but not least.
Oh, good grief, that went by quick. Well, anyways, I like this. In the end, he said that the fiber, you're better off to hook up your house with fiber or the wires that go to fiber, because it's future proof. He said they're not going to have anything. They're not going to have anything faster than fiber in the future. Because let's face it, we got fiber from the downed alien craft in Roswell. Well, once again, you wasted a perfectly good hour of your life watching this stupid show. So hopefully we'll see you again next week, inshallah. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise. So until then, get down on your hands and knees in the men-only mosque, sniff the bum of the guy in the man dress in front of you, head east, worship the meteorite in Mecca, and go, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Akbar. Okay, the FBI just said they're going to investigate the strange hand signals of the people behind Charlie Kirk right before he was shot. So here goes.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Grant, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm going to give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
This is that girl who got stabbed on the train in North Carolina. And we didn't get to see this footage after she
Кир говорил о женщине, которую убил рецидивист, многократно выпускавшийся на волю по гуманным законам Департии. Он прямо указал, именно политика, именно разлагающая система позволила преступнику выйти на улицу и лишить жизни невинную жертву. И вот через несколько часов сам Чарли оказывается под прицелом. Во время встречи со студентами в Юте в него стреляют прямо в шею. Кампус берут под блокаду, нападавший задержан. Вот его фотография. Сцена, которая...
That he couldn't be on the ticket because he is gay against someone like Donald Trump who knows no floor. To be a black woman running for president of the United States.
What? You're black?
And as a vice presidential running mate, a gay man, with the stakes being so high, it made me very sad, but I also realized it would be a real risk.
Fire, Scarecrow! You cursed brat! Look what you've done! I'm melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
What a world.